Good morning, and welcome to our community meditation. And good morning to all of you who are joining us online today. Thank you all for being with us as we connect in consciousness. My name is Scott, and I am your practitioner for the day. Please take a moment to silence your cell phone so we can have an uninterrupted experience together. This meditation is a blend of spoken word and silence, accompanied by some beautiful music. It will last approximately 15 minutes. And take a big deep breath. Knowing as you breathe in, you're breathing in spirit that goes to every cell of your body, reminding yourselves that you are a spiritual being having a physical experience. And as you breathe in, expand your chest and know that you are one with all that is. Breathing in, your heart beats and delivers life and love to every cell of your body. Feel spirit relax your shoulders. And be reminded that you are one with all that is. Your shoulders relax. Your arms relax. Your hips and your legs and your feet all relax. And become aware that you are a spiritual being having a physical experience. Now go to that place you love in your mind. That place in nature which you feel so free, so one with your environment and nature and all of creation. Look out into the cosmos. All the stars and galaxies. See how big the oneness is. It has no end. There is more than enough. It is all there for you. Take another big deep breath. And realize God is infinite supply. Do not be concerned about outward appearances. Go inward and know that God is infinite supply. No, as you go about your business and your daily life, do it with mindfulness, because you know Spirit is with you. Spirit is infinite supply. Spirit comforts you. Take a couple of minutes in your mind, and let yourself wander through all the beautiful creation, all the infinite supply that God is, all the cosmos, all of nature, knowing you are one with it all. And it is there for you, just as you are there for it. And if your mind begins to wander, just dismiss those thoughts. Push them away. And bring your heart and mind back to that which is within you. And be at peace. Take a big deep breath in and know who you are. You are an individualized expression of God. Where you stand is holy ground. You are one with God. In all that you do, all that you say, remember, you are one with God, and there can never be any separation. Keep your mind on God. We all know that God is our ultimate source and supply, and it is infinite. It is infinite as the stars and all creation and all the universe. Breathing in, knowing you are one with all that is. Feel the peace. Being conscious that you are one with all that is. Feel the love. Know it is infinite and it is powerful. Being mindful that you are one with all that is. Know the support that comes from God. Being conscious that you are one with all that is. Remember, you have a purpose and a reason for being here, and it is necessary, and it is needed, and it is loved. Take a big deep breath and let your consciousness come back into the room. Let your consciousness come back into the room. Feel the chair you're sitting in. It supports you. Feel the love of everyone around you. And know that it is good and it is God. That concludes the meditation for today. Our service starts at 10 o'clock, which is about 15 minutes. So mill around and say hi.
All in it together, it's true as they say. Still confusion abounds as we seek the right way. And I wonder sometimes what this world's coming to, and try to imagine what would Jesus do, saying all is well and it's as it should be. It's easy when things are all pretty and clean, but when I think things aren't happening how they're supposed to, I try to imagine what would Jesus do. What would he say about the homeless and hungry? What would he do about the beggar and thief? What would he say to the drunk and drug addict, or the young girl selling herself on the street? Do you think he'd see heavenly perfection underneath their earthly shell? Through the veil of confusion to what is true, I believe that's what Jesus would do. Through the veil of confusion to what is true, I believe that's what Jesus would do. I believe that's what Jesus would do.
If this life is one act, why do we lay all these traps? We put them right in our path when we just wanna be free. I will not waste my days making up all kinds of ways to worry about all the things that will not happen to me. So I just let go of what I know I don't know, and I know I only do this by living in the moment, living my life easy and breezy, with peace in my mind, with peace in my heart, with peace in my soul. Wherever I'm going, I'm already home, living in the moment. I'm letting myself off the hook for things I've done. I let my past go past, and now I'm having more fun. I'm letting go of the hot bread, 'cause I'm swimming in a sea of it. It used to be a world out there, heaven second rate hand me down. But I walked it with the river in the air, 'cause everything is holy now. Everything, everything, everything is holy now. Yeah. Everything, everything, everything is holy now. Yeah. Read a questioning child's face and say it's not a testament. Well, that'd be very hard to say. See another new morning dawn and say it's not a sacrament. I tell you that it can't be done. This morning outside I stood, saw a little red-winged bird shining like a burning bush, singing like a scripture verse. It made me want to bow my head. I remember when church let out, how things have changed since then, 'cause everything is holy now. Everything, everything, everything is holy now. Everything, everything, everything is holy now. Everything, every little thing, everything is holy now. Yeah, everything is holy now. Hey, yeah. Everything's a miracle. Everything is holy now. 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 Everything's a miracle. Everything is holy now.
Nobody can tell ya there's only one song worth singing. They may try and sell ya, 'cause it hangs them up to see someone like you. But you've gotta make your own kind of music, sing your own special song, make your own kind of music, even if nobody else sings along. You're gonna be knowing the loneliest kind of lonely. It may be rough going just to do your things, the hardest thing to do. But you gotta make your own kind of music, sing your own special song, make your own kind of music, even if nobody else sings along. So if you cannot take my hand, and if you must be going
Spiritual Living. What a glorious day it is here in the Las Vegas Valley. It's such a pleasure to be here with you. I'm so happy. I saw some new faces come in the door today. Welcome. I'm glad you found us. Please let us know how you found us and introduce yourself to us and tell us a little bit about you after the service. I'd love to meet you. I want to say hi to all of you that are coming back for not the first time, and joining us again here. We're so thrilled to have you back with us. And I want to say hi to the people that are joining us online. If you would, turn around and wave at the window back there. Joe's got the camera going, and all our YouTube audience is watching us. So it's wonderful to have everybody here with us today. We're going to kick things off with our wonderful music director, Justin. What are we singing? Bright Idea. Bright Idea. The words are going to be on the screen. If you'd like to stand and join us, we'd love to hear your voices.
Greet your neighbor at this time if you're comfortable doing so.
So now we're going to shift our energy a little bit and go into a more contemplative time. I'd like to invite up our practitioner of the day, Scott Edwards, to give us our affirmation, followed by the invocation. Scott.
Good morning.
Good morning.
It's a beautiful morning. Is our affirmation up there? Okay. This is, I find, hits the spot for me today. So let's go. Ready? Embracing the positive potential of each day, I welcome opportunities to soar with every choice I make.
Fill me, God, be thou my grace. Fill me, God, be thou my grace. Fill me, God, be thou my grace. I know God's light, it shines within me. I know God's light, it shines within me. Let's sing it now. Fill me, God, be thou my grace. Fill me, God, be thou my grace. Fill me, God, be thou my grace. I know God's light, it shines within me. I know God's light, it shines within me.
We're all very thankful to be here today, knowing we are united by love and we are one in spirit. We are grateful for Reverend Laura's message today, to learn and remember that we stand on holy ground and what to do with it. For this we're very grateful, and so it is.
Let's sing it. Fill me, God, be thou my grace. Fill me, God, be thou my grace. Fill me, God, be thou my grace. I know God's light, it shines within me. I know God's light, it shines within me. I know God's light, it shines within me. I know God's light, it shines within me.
Thank you, Scott. Justin, that was beautiful. Beautiful way to start the day. So this month we are looking at the idea of being the presence, allowing the presence to live through us, and that mystical connection that comes when we live in conscious union with Spirit. And so our theme for the year is the mystic's journey, and so each month is built on a different aspect of that journey. This month is built on actually being that presence, being that place where God shows up. And so today's talk is called Living on Holy Ground. I know that anybody that's been here before has heard me say, one of my favorite sayings is, the place on which I stand is holy ground, for God is there. This is one of those truths that gets me centered right away. It's like the moment I feel like I'm blowing in the wind in all different directions, I can remind myself that no matter where I'm standing, the presence of God is right there. Now, here at Centers for Spiritual Living, we believe that God manifests itself through all of its creation. So God is in everything. But God is so much more than any one thing. In fact, it's so much more than the sum total of all things, that it is this transcendent power. This philosophy is called panentheism. It's a religious philosophy that basically says that God is in everything, but God is so much more than any one thing. And so that's the basis of our belief system here at Centers for Spiritual Living, that this presence actually experiences the world through its creation. So the only way that it can experience life is through each one of us. And so our opportunity is always to be that place, to remember that truth, to allow Spirit to move through us in all kinds of ways. You know, the first reference to this idea of holy ground is found in the book of Exodus in the Hebrew Bible, where Moses is down in the desert of Midian, and he sees up on Mount Sinai this burning thing up there, and so he decides he's going to go and investigate it. Now, he's pretty old at this time, so he makes this trek all the way up the side of Mount Sinai to see what this light is that's glowing in the distance. And when he gets up there, he sees that it's a burning bush. And as he approaches the burning bush, he hears this voice that says, "Take off your sandals, for the place on which you stand is holy ground." He hears the voice of Spirit telling him that he has entered into a sanctuary, into a place that is holy, that is a place that is filled with the presence of God. Now, holy places are not just places that have been sanctified, like a sanctuary here or a church or a chapel or whatever. It's a place where God shows up, the place where that presence is felt so tangibly. So this idea of taking off your sandals and standing there is a recognition that the presence of the divine is right there. Now, this idea is not limited to Hebrew or to Judaism. It's not limited to Christianity, which we also have this book in the Christian Bible. This transcends almost all religions. You may have heard of the story of Buddha sitting underneath of the Bodhi tree and receiving enlightenment, and that becoming a holy place in the Buddhist religion, this place where this tree was planted as being that symbol of the Spirit being felt there so tangibly and perfectly. So this is when we look at this idea through our New Thought lens, our idea of our philosophy here is New Thought. The ground becomes holy the moment the recognition of the presence is felt. It doesn't matter where you're standing, but when you feel that presence of the divine, it automatically becomes holy ground because you have recognized the presence of God right there. Now, God is everywhere. We know that. But God is only possible when it's recognized. God is only active when it's recognized. God is only available to be used as we recognize its presence. Otherwise, it's just out there. You know, I was asked at the Interfaith Forums when we were doing the talk back in November, the audience gets to ask questions. And so somebody asked me the question, is God in more? I'm like, well, of course God is in more. But the presence of God is only ever felt when the people who are engaged in it recognize the presence of God there. And once they recognize the presence of God there, then the war can be ceased at that moment. But without that recognition, it's just ground. It's just land if we don't recognize the presence of God there. So our founder, Ernest Holmes, says it this way: God is in all, through all, and is all. Therefore, the place on which we stand, wherever we stand, doesn't matter where it is, has to be holy when we recognize that the presence of God is within each one of us. When we recognize that, when we make that leap in consciousness to where we can, did I do that, Joe? Well, it's on the screen up there. I'm sorry about that. I just wanted it a little closer to me, so I wasn't stretching so far. Okay, we'll let Joe handle that there. So the place in which we stand, wherever we stand, is holy because we bring the presence of God there. We are the place in which God shows up through us. So the entire earth is infused with God, infused with the essence of it. There is, as Ernest, well, that's not in this quote, but he has another famous quote, there's not a spot where God is not. So there's not a spot where God is not. There's no place where God is not available. But until it is recognized and brought into action, then it just is there. It's still doing what it does, but we're not experiencing it because we haven't recognized that presence being there. In the Christian Bible, in the New Testament, in the book of Luke, Jesus says it this way: the kingdom of God is within you. The kingdom of God is within you. So all of that presence, everything about the activity of God is in us, and it moves through us into expression. Jesus did not point at distant temples or at mountaintops or any place that was considered holy and said, God's over there. He said that God is within us. The kingdom of God is within us. The holiness is not revealed in a temple or in a ritual or in a prayer, but holiness is revealed when we recognize that it is within us and it's operating through us. It is an awakened state of realization of God's presence here and now. That's what is holy ground. One of our wonderful mystics from the 20th century is Joel Goldsmith, and he says, "There's no power outside of you that can help or harm you, because the kingdom of God is within you." How many times do we look outward to try to find a solution to our problems instead of turning inward and asking Spirit, what do I need to know here? What's my next step here? How can I solve this? When we go inward and ask those questions, then Spirit has a place to reveal itself to us. But if we're searching outside of us all the time, trying to pull something in, then we're not effectively using the presence of the divine as wanting to move through us. You know, one of the very famous poems of Robert Browning is now I just lost the words. Never mind. Imprisoned Splendor. Yes, it's the Imprisoned Splendor quote, but I can't remember how it starts. So it was right there on my tongue, and then, okay. We try to bring something into us instead of allowing it to open out a way in which the imprisoned splendor may emerge. Thank you. So we try to bring it in instead of opening out the way. It is already within us. All of Spirit is already within us, waiting for our recognition of it. So therefore, everywhere we stand is holy ground because the presence is there right at work with us. And when we know this, not only intellectually, not just a knowledge-based thing, but when we know it deeply, when we've experienced it, when we've seen the demonstration of God moving through us in our lives, then we know that every step we take is on holy ground. And every step we take becomes a prayer. Every step becomes an answer to a problem. When we recognize the presence of God, every place we stand becomes holy ground. Meister Eckhart, 13th century Christian mystic, wrote it this way. I love this. God is at home. It's we who have gone out for a walk. It's there. It's always inside of us. It's waiting for our recognition, but we've forgotten it. We've stepped outside of its effect, and so we wind up with a sense of abandonment because we feel like we've been left adrift, but yet it's just waiting for our recognition of it So much of what we do in life is about our inner contemplation. It's about going within and seeking the answers within ourselves. As I said, this transcends almost all religions. So I found a few different people that you may have heard of that talk about this idea of the presence being within us and us being on holy ground. The Dalai Lama from Tibetan Buddhism says it this way: the very body that we have, this very mind, is a path to enlightenment. We can't understand God unless we do it with our inner work. We are never going to find God somewhere outside of us and bring it into us. It has to emerge from within us. It has to be that imprisoned splendor that's coming forth. One of the famous 12th century mystic poets from Sufism is a branch of mystic Islam. Rumi says, "I searched for God and found only myself. I searched for myself and found only God." What an idea that we are so interconnected with this divine presence. This is the true essence of mysticism, is to live in conscious union with Spirit, to know that it is living its life through me, and the life that I am living is the life of the divine. And when we can understand that and know that in a deeper way, way beyond our intellect, way beyond any kind of knowledge base, but really at a deep a level that we felt it, then we can really begin to live our life that way. One of the modern mystics is Richard Rohr. He's a Franciscan priest from the Catholic tradition. Says, God comes disguised to us as our life. God comes disguised to us as our life. We spend so much time looking outside of ourselves, trying to fulfill ourselves. I know for years I went from one different study to another different study, finding one book. Oh, maybe this book will be the answer to it. Or maybe this workshop will give me all the tools that I need. Always searching outside of myself. And it wasn't until I learned meditation and really spent some time contemplating what was going on inside of me that I actually had the experience of God. I've spent too much time searching outside of myself for it instead of going within. And all of the answers are found within. Here's that earnest quote that I used before. There's not a spot where God is not. It is in everything. It is moving through everything. It is one of the most succinct definitions of omnipresence that we can have. There is no place anywhere in existence where the presence of the divine is not found. If you feel like you are adrift from God, look within. Take that time in quiet contemplation. If you have trouble with that, doing that on your own, go to our YouTube channel. We have thousands of videos on there. Most of them are meditations from our practitioners that will take you on an inward journey. They will take you into contemplation. If you're having difficulties in a specific area, there's more than likely a video of a meditation on how to contemplate the presence of God in relationship to that issue. So look for them. Find the ways, seek the classes that we offer here. Take a class, see what you can discover about yourself. Find these ways of doing this inner work and bringing that presence into yourself. Sometimes it's difficult to do it when we're on our own. Most of us have that chattering mind that's hard to quiet. Well, in our classes, we teach you techniques and tips on how to do that. So, beginning to understand that the presence of God is everywhere we go is the first key to it. But then there's a second part to this understanding that we're living on holy ground. Again, going back to the Exodus, remove your sandals. Remove your sandals. Remove that thing that is blocking you from feeling the presence of God, the presence of the divine, from understanding that you're standing on holy ground. Think about your shoes. What are they there for? They're there to protect you, right? Protect your feet as you move about the earth. But what do? They provide a barrier between you and the realization of what the earth feels like. So this can be used as a metaphor. We have all of these barriers that we have put up for ourselves to stop us from experiencing God. So remove our sandals. Take away the barriers. Surrender. Surrender is one of those words that can trigger people a little bit. Surrender. Let go of our need to control it. Let go of our fear of what it is we're going to step upon. Let go and remove our sandals. Sandals shield us from the rawness of life, which is in a way can be really good. I mean, I don't want my feet cut up and damaged as I'm walking about. But how much am I using that to protect myself from experiencing all of the wonders that God has to offer for us? What kind of barriers have I put up to allow that allow me to be shielded from the experience of God? These barriers are often layers of doubt and fear and confusion, denial. They are barriers that keep us shielded from experiencing God. So to stand on holy ground is to stand there barefooted, to be barefooted in the presence of the God, to be barefooted in the experience of the divine as it moves through our lives. They shield us from being vulnerable. They shield us from being receptive. They shield us from being awake. Because we have protected ourselves in so many ways, all these layers. Oftentimes we use the analogy of peeling an onion. We're peeling away the layers of the onion. You can just imagine that. Every layer that we peel away gets us closer to the core. And the core is the truth of who we are, that we are that presence of God right here on earth. It is the only way it shows up is through its creation. Ernest Holmes says, "We should believe that God is in everything we do, say, or think. It is the way that we are the way that which it shows up in the world. Each one of us individually through all of its creation. When we remove the idea that spirit is somewhere else, or maybe someday else, then we come home to the immediacy of holiness. We come home to the presence of God right here and right now. I had an experience back in 2010. I had been to a wonderful conference that we used to have at a place called Asilomar in Monterey, California. Most beautiful place in the world as far as I'm concerned. And I wrote it almost felt like a poem, but it's written in prose. And it's called I Am the Ocean. And so I wanted to share this with you today. It's not terribly long, but I was writing a blog back in 2010, and so this is one of the pieces from there. It's called I Am the Ocean. This is Spirit speaking. I am the ocean. You are but a single drop of rainwater returning to me once again. You and countless others all reside within me. Each drop a unique creation, for no two are ever completely alike. Yet when I am in you and you are in me, we are one. No separation, no boundary, no way to say where I end and you begin. You exist within me and I within you. At times we are peaceful, calm, serene, so clear that one can see to the very depth. The truth is so apparent when we're at peace, and it is reflected back to all who gaze upon us. Our very presence soothes all who come upon us. And then there are those tumultuous times when we can't even see ourselves through the thick foam of cloud that clouds reality. We rage and crash against each other and everything that tries to contain us. These emotions spill up all around us. The wind whirls and parts of us get caught up in the vortex of emotions which spread so rapidly and appear to be the power in and of itself. Then the truth becomes a distant memory that niggles at the back of our minds. And for a time we are lost, too caught up in the storm that surrounds us to see our way clear. But the storms always dissipate and we return to the peace and the love and the blissful state that is our truth. Here, once again, we feel the unending connection that unites us as one. I am the ocean. This idea that we are always connected and we're not always aware of it is such a palpable thing for me. There are so many times when I am caught up in the storm of life that's going on around me that I can't see that presence of the divine. I can't feel it operating in me. It takes me stepping back. It takes me stepping out of my shoes. It takes me releasing and surrendering and opening up to the presence of God to actually begin to see it as the storm goes around me. And always, in my experience, always, once I open up to it, then everything else quickly fades away. And I see the truth very clearly. This is to live on holy ground. This is to be in that connection with Spirit at all times. And so how can we begin to do that in a more easy, more mindful way? Come on. Here we go. So there are 3 things that I found have been very helpful for me in this idea of being aware that the place on which I stand is holy ground. And the first one is mindfulness. Mindfulness is that idea. It's a type of meditation, but it's something we can do throughout the whole day. We can do it when we're sitting, we can do it when we're driving, we can do it when we're washing dishes. At any time it's possible to be mindful. And so mindful, remember, is being aware of what's going on in our minds, being aware of the thoughts, staying in the present moment. Because in the present moment, everything is possible. It is not possible when we are dwelling in the past. And it is not possible when we're worried about the future. Possibility only exists in the present moment. So keeping ourselves present is key to this. And then the last thing is to not judge it. As the thoughts come up in our mind and we think about, we put an emotion to it right away. Oh, I like this thought. Not so much that one. We begin to judge what it is we're thinking. That's where we get caught up in that spin cycle of being in the past or in the future. But staying in the present moment means to be there without judging what's happening. It just is. The second thing is with reverence. So for me, reverence is the acknowledgement of that connection that I have with Spirit. The acknowledgement that, yes, Spirit is moving through me at all times. It's the acknowledgement that I am standing on holy ground, and so is everyone else. Whether they're aware of it or not, they are standing on holy ground. And so I bless the ground that I'm standing on, whether it's my home or my backyard or this sanctuary or the street or the floor of my car. I bless that holy ground because that's where the presence of God is available. I bless it with my awareness of the presence being there. I bless it with that acknowledgement the Spirit is active right there. And then the last thing is compassion. And so compassion has some different ideas to it. Compassion towards others and compassion towards ourselves. Because we're not always remembering that we are the presence of God. I know there are times when I've acted ungodly in my life. There are times when it's just come through, where I have forgotten who I am. And I have forgotten who the other person is too. For me, this has been a real work the last couple of months, is to remember that everyone is the presence of God. Whether they're acting like it or not. Whether I like what they're doing or not. They are the presence of God. And the moment they realize it, their actions shift. But if I am coming to somebody else with judgment about them, I have gotten myself totally out of being on holy ground. Staying centered in myself, staying centered in the truth of who I am, being very mindful, remembering the reverence of the presence of God right there, and treating each person with compassion, including myself. We treat others as if they are standing on holy ground too. Again, whether we think they're acting like it or not. Joel Goldsmith says it this way. He says, where I am, God is. Where God is, I am. That is the entire secret. Remembering that we are the presence of God. And so, again, treating everyone with reverence, with mindfulness, with compassion. We remind ourselves that we are the presence of God, and so is everyone else. And so as you look about the world and you see things that you don't agree with, or things that are disturbing to you, remember the presence of God is there. Because God is only active where it's realized. And if you can take the realization of God into every situation you go to, there is a place for God to operate. It's not there. Well, it is there, but it's not active if you are not bringing the realization there. It has to have a place to operate through each one of us. This is the entire truth of what we teach here, that we are the presence of the divine, that it is moving through us into expression, that it experiences life through us, that we are the place on which God shows up, for we are standing on holy ground. So let's do this. Let's do a little closing affirmation here. I love little affirmations. This one's kind of short. Well, it's kind of long, but it's got short phrases. Would you repeat this after me? Right where I am, God is. Right where I am, God is. This place is holy. This breath is sacred. This moment is enough. I am standing on holy ground. And so it is. Let's take this into prayer. I invite our practitioners to stand and surround us. Our practitioners are beloveds who spend 4 years in training, learning how to pray and how to do these principles, how to understand the practices and the principles we teach here. They hold you in high consciousness throughout the week. If you have a prayer request, there are lots of ways you can submit that. We have a box in the lobby that you can drop them in. We have a form on our website, and we have a phone number you can call. Go ahead and submit your prayer request, because these beloved people will hold you in the highest consciousness throughout the week. So I invite you to just take a moment and settle in your seats. Take in a nice deep breath. And when I pray, I close my eyes. And so right here and right now, I know the place on which I stand is holy ground, because I know the presence of God is right there. It is in, through, and as all creation. It is the beginning and the end, the isness and the allness and the fullness of all life. There is not a spot where God is not. For the presence of divine manifests itself in, through, and as all of its beautiful creations. And because I know that there is only this one, I know that I am one with it. I know that the power and the presence of that creative love intelligence resides right at the heart of my being. And as I know this is true for me, I know this is true for everyone. I know that we are all each a unique and perfect emanation of a love so powerful, of so grand, that it could do nothing else but create more and more and more of itself. And so knowing this truth, I speak my word. I know that the divine is active when it is realized within each one of us. And I know that this presence is felt when we bring that presence to mind, to consciousness, to heart, and allow it to move forth through us in greater and greater ways. I know that there is a place for compassion for each and every person in this world, that there is a place of understanding, of deepening, of growing, of expansion of consciousness as it moves itself into expression in the most magnificent ways. I know that God is active right here and right now, for I recognize that presence. I recognize it, I feel it, I breathe it in, I breathe it out, I allow it to move through me and express through me in the most unique and perfect ways. And I just give great thanks for this knowing. I'm so grateful to feel it, to see it, to know that it is happening right here and right now. And I release this word into the law, into that creative mind that always says yes. It has no limitations. It has no lack. And it is always pouring itself forward into expression. I let it go and I let it be. And together we say, and so it is.
I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Yes, I'm only here for God. Yes, I'm only here for God.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you, Justin. Thank you, practitioners. What a beautiful blessing it is to take time to sing that song. And so now we have an opportunity to support our community financially. We have several different ways that you can give. We have Zelle, text to give, online giving, and we happily receive your cash and check donations here today. And so if you would just put your hands over your heart. If you've got your offering with you, go ahead and put that over there too. And would you repeat after me? This gift I give
This gift I give
goes forth from me,
goes forth from me,
does amazing and miraculous things,
does amazing and miraculous things,
and returns to me in kind,
returns to me in
pressed down and overflowing.
pressed down and overflowing.
And so it is.
So it is.
We singing Money is Coming to Me?
Money's coming.
Money is coming to me. Words are on the screen if you'd like to sing along with us.
Money is a coming to me easily and effortlessly. Money is a coming to me. Money is a coming to me easily and effortlessly. Money is a coming to me. Money is a coming to me easily and effortlessly. Money is a coming to me. Money is a coming to me easily and effortlessly. Money is a coming to me. Every time I open my heart to me, I receive all that I need, knowing that God heals my soul. I release and let it flow. Money is a coming to me easily and effortlessly. Money is a coming to me. Money is a coming to me easily and effortlessly. Money is a coming to me. Money is a coming to me easily and effortlessly. Money is a coming to me. Money is a coming to me easily and effortlessly. Money is a coming to me. And I have all I need. And it's all inside of me. I just ask and let it go. And let spirit rain the flow. Money is a coming to me easily and effortlessly. Money is a coming to me.
Ah, I like that. Come on, closer. Got to get close to this stuff. Up close and personal, you know that. And we just simply give thanks for everything we have received here today, knowing that we are completely and entirely blessed by the prosperity that is present here. We are so, so grateful, and we let that gratitude flow through us, and so it is. Thank you. All right, just a couple of announcements here before we finish out our day. I just want to remind you that we have up until Easter Sunday, April 20th, we have our raffle and silent auction going on. You can buy raffle tickets. $2 a piece, 6 for 10. Is that what it is, Kaylee? I'm sorry? $2 each, 6 for 10? Yes, thank you. I should have looked that up. And then we have a silent auction for some wonderful items that are put there. I've got a couple of pieces of my art there for you if you're interested in that. I like my art. I don't know about anybody else, but I like it. So anyway, make sure you participate in that between now and Easter Sunday. Our newcomers group will not meet today. Just watch your e-blast for future dates. Coming up next Sunday, we have Karen Jones here as a singer. And afterwards, she's going to do a sound bath. You may have experienced that with her before. Wonderful opportunity to sit in contemplation and allow the vibrations of the tones and the bowls and the wonderful instruments she brings to move through you in a different way. So it's a wonderful experience. It's being offered on a love offering basis. So come and enjoy that at 11:30 next Sunday. Next Tuesday is Walking the Path at 10 a.m. This is an opportunity to come and they start with the writing from the Science of Mind magazine for the day, and then just see where the discussion takes them as they move through those ideas about the principles and practices talked about in the Science of Mind magazine. Next week and the 20th is our pop-up bookstore, so you'll see that here. We've got some new items coming in. Let's see, what do we have? Handmade creations, candles, sage, and more. And our crystal of the month for this coming month is carnelian. Beautiful orange crystal. Love it. On Good Friday, I just had this, some people would call it a brainstorm, the others would call it a, thunderstorm or a rainstorm, something, I don't know, I'm not sure. But we're going to do a labyrinth walk here on Good Friday on a contemplation of the Stations of the Cross. So the Stations of the Cross are the 14 steps that took Jesus from the path of being judged to his execution. And so it's a wonderful opportunity for us to do some self-reflection around that. This is going to be self-directed. I'll have the sanctuary open between 1 p.m. and 8 p.m. for you to stop by on your own time and come in and do a reflection on the 14 stages of the cross here. It's going to be a beautiful experience. So first time of doing this, Joe is putting together some wonderful video and music for it. And so it'll be a great opportunity for us to experience this from a New Thought perspective. On Sunday, April 20th, is our Easter Sunday service. Our topic that day is Everyday Miracles, because I happen to think this whole thing is a miracle. And so we're going to be exploring that a little deeper. And then on Saturday the 18th, I have my Zentangles workshop. If you're not sure what Zentangles are, there's one of them out there on the silent auction. Make sure you stop and look at it. It's a yin-yang kind of thing. So it's an opportunity for you to come and learn a meditative drawing experience. This is another way to get in conscious connection with Spirit. As we engage our busy mind in the act of drawing, we open up space for Spirit to speak through us. So it's a great experience. I love it. And finally, we have a moment of prayer available in our prayer room right outside this door over here. Scott will be at the door to direct you in, and you can get a personal one-on-one spiritual mind treatment from one of our practitioners. All right, would you stand? And if you are comfortable, hold hands. As we do our closing affirmation here. Would you repeat after me? There is only one life.
There is only one life.
That life is God.
That life is God.
That life is perfect.
That life is perfect.
That life is my life now.
That life is my life now.
And so it is.
And so
Have a
it
beautiful and blessed week, everyone. We'll see you next week.
Use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. Use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do.
Last time now.
Use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. Show me all that I must do. Show me all that I must do. Show me all